Ho, ho, ho. Here's Groomer. Tis the season to be jolly. Boy, am I. Guys, as you know, I haven't made a video in a hot sec. It's been a little bit. Lots going on. All is well, but let me tell you, sometimes it happens. What you gonna do? Anyways, we're back in action, baby, and just in time for the Christmas season, because it is December 3rd when I'm filming this, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling festive. I've been meaning to film a video like this for a while now, and we're finally doing it today. We're getting to it. So yeah, as you can see, this is what I look like when I wake up. You know, it just kind of happened. One day I woke up at approximately 28 years old. And then I realized that these things, they don't go away. They moved in. They moved in and they claimed permanent residence right on that face. So today I'm just gonna walk you through my non-tox / low-tox makeup routine, what I do to get ready for the day. These are products that I have tried and tested, and let me tell you, it has taken a long time to find the products that I really like and trust. I know not all of these are 100% pure, good for your body, good for your skin, but these are kind of the, you know, the best that I've found, the ones that work for me, that work with my skin type, skin texture, don't make me break out, but are still a little bit more on the natural side, safer side. And then there are some products that are totally clean and pure. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run you through my makeup routine. I'm gonna just show you all the products, and then I'm gonna give them a little rating on the, like, how healthy are they, how good are they. So get cozy, grab a little peppermint mocha, and here we go. Righty, so first thing that I do is put on some sunscreen. Now I found that these two are kind of the ones that work best for me. This one I really like the consistency of. It does not break me out. In fact, maybe this is placebo effect, but I found when I wear it, I seem to get less breakouts, and I do believe that's due to the zinc in here. Now there's a few things in here that I don't absolutely love, like sunflower oil and that kind of stuff, some chemically things. But the great thing about this one, Paula's Choice Calm sunscreen, is that it is a mineral-based sunscreen. So that's kind of the big thing that you want to watch out for when you're looking for a sunscreen. You want to find one that's more of a zinc oxide base instead of like the, what is it, like avobenzone and I don't know all the other chemical sunscreens, but you want to avoid those. They're carcinogenic. Not great to put on your body. I just do a little dabble to you. A little dabble to you like that. You just want to work it into your skin. Now, perhaps controversial, but I don't wash my face in the morning. I found that it just dries it out too much. I just don't really find it necessary. So if you want to do that step, what I do when I do wash my face is I use an organic jojoba oil. I cannot talk enough about jojoba oil. I'll tell everyone about it. I'll shout it from the rooftops. It's amazing. It has saved my skin. I used to really struggle with perioral dermatitis, and it was pretty much the only thing that I could put on my skin for a long time. That did not irritate my skin or give me the little rash breakout. So I'll do that. Do a little bit on your chest as well, because that's, you know, very delicate skin. The sun hits it. And your neck. Lovely. And I really like the texture of this one. It feels really hydrating. It kind of acts like a primer for my skin, which I really like. So this one's great. Highly recommend it. And then my other option when I was really looking for a natural sunscreen, this was my other pick. I use this one more so for my body just because it does have beeswax in it, which is, I'm going to butcher the word pronunciation, comedogenic. It clogs your pores. So for me, it's kind of like a toss-up if it gives me breakouts or not. But if you are looking for like a really completely natural kind of non-toxic option, stop focusing on my face. Here we go. This one's great. I think I just got this one off of Amazon, Sky and Soul. It says non-comedogenic, but again, read the ingredients because people be slapping whatever they want on these products without, you know, really making sure it's 100% truthful. Oh, I also forgot. Deodorant. Again, I have not found a natural deodorant that I love. This is kind of the best of the worst. It works sometimes. And to be honest, the reason that I use this one above any other non-toxic deodorant is because I really like the smell of this one. It's called Sexy Sadie. Ooh la la. It's from Routine. And I have tried a few different products of theirs. The one that I started off with was like a cream pot deodorant, so you stick your finger in it and then you put it on, which I don't love because then you gotta wash your hands after and you're trying to put on makeup and it just, you know, one more step in the routine that you just don't need. So the stick ones are great. Again, they kind of work. They kind of work. But again, I live in Florida, so during the summertime, I don't exactly have the option of wearing something a little more natural. When it's not as hot out and I know I'm not going to be sweating as much, I'll go for a natural one, but otherwise, I don't have another good option. I go for the aluminum ones. So starting off for the first step of my makeup routine, I start off with these little guys. I don't know how you pronounce them, Sai. These are great. I really like these products. Again, I'm not entirely sure how they are on the non-toxic scale. I know they're supposed to be a little bit healthier, a little safer. And the reason I love them so much is because they don't break me out. Like so much makeup does. So if you have very sensitive skin, I highly recommend these guys. The coverage is, I'd say maybe like a medium coverage. What I do is I'll go in with the darker one, which is a little orangey for my skin tone, which I like because then it covers my purple under eye situation a little bit better. So I'll just go in. I like to use like an angled flat brush. Look at me, I'm like such a beauty guru here. Come on, focus, get in there. And well, you can see that. You can see the angle of that brush. But that's what I use because I found it works the makeup in really well. It creates a nice buff, so I'll do that kind of all around my eyes. And not too much because I just want like a little bit of that orange tint on the purple. And then I'll go in with the one that's closer to my actual skin tone. And I never like applying it directly on my skin. I'll always put it on my finger, my hand, because I found that it helps. Well, I mean, you know, I can't see it for myself, but supposedly it reduces the bacteria that gets in your makeup, which will help it last longer, and then it will help reduce breakouts as well. So, you know, wash your hands, freshly wash your hands, then put a little dab on, instead of just using the applicator and dabbing it all over your face, because then you're getting, you know, dead skin cells and oil and all that, you're putting it right back in the tube. So again, I just use like this sparingly. I do a little bit on some of my red spots, any breakout that I have. I got one right there on the chin. And I'll just kind of dab it in, work it in like so. And then I'll go in, this is kind of an optional step. Again, the same brand, that Sadie. I should have looked up how to pronounce this before I did this video, but I didn't. And so this is a bronzer or a contour color for me. Again, I'll just put a little bit on my finger like so. And again, I don't do this every day. This is kind of an optional step. However, I really like the color it gives. It just like brings a little warmth into my face, you know what I mean? And so I'll kind of do the like 2012 contour situation, and I'll just really buff it out. A very divisive step, I'm sure. Some people are very anti-contour. I still like it. Look how nice that looks. Great. right, so once that's all buffed in there, see, it just gives just a little bit of color, just a little bit. Then I go in with these guys. These are my foundation bottles, and this is from Youthforia. I literally had to read, I forgot the name of it. From Youthforia. But supposedly, they advertise their brand as makeup you can sleep in because it's so healthy and safe for your skin. Now, I certainly don't do that, and I wouldn't recommend that anybody ever do that. Wash your makeup off. I don't care if you're tired or if you're intoxicated. You will thank yourself in the morning. I have a darker and a lighter here, and I just do a few drops on the tip of my brush like that, and again, I just kind of dab it all over and then buff it into my skin. But yes, they're advertised as makeup you can sleep in, and I really like them because it's just super light. It just gives a little bit of a color. I would compare it to like a skin tint or like a tinted sunscreen or something because of how light it is. But they do not break me out at all, which again is hard for me to find. A lot of makeup has comedogenic stuff in it, like shea butter or coconut derived ingredients, which for me, my skin is not about it. They're great because they're super moisturizing and lock in moisture. However, for me, that means pimple town. But if you don't have sensitive skin, if you don't break out easily, then you probably would be totally fine with ingredients like shea butter or coconut derived ingredients. So there you go. You just do a little buff, little dab will do you. Creates a nice foundation. I like to blend it down into my neck just a little bit. And it's not too heavy. It just gives like a nice coverage. Again, for me, I like a very natural, fresh, kind of dewy look. If you want something with a little more coverage, this probably would not be the product for you. Because again, you can still see some imperfections going on here. This is not gonna like block out everything. So after that, I'll go in with a little bit of blush from 100% Pure. This is the palette that I'm currently using, Fruit Pigmented Pretty Naked. I've had this for a while, long enough to where one of the eyeshadows fell out, but this is primarily what I use it for, is these guys two here. There's a blush and a highlighter. Now, 100% Pure is probably the best brand that I have ever found for natural, healthy, non-toxic makeup. They do have wonderful concealers and foundations. For me, unfortunately, I found they break me out a little bit. But again, if that's not a concern for you, go get it. They're wonderful. They're really hydrating. They just make your skin look so moisturized and lush. They're lovely. So for me, I just stick to more of the powdered products from them. And again, nothing too heavy, but I do like a noticeable blush these days. So something like that just gives a good bit of color. Next thing I'll do, I'll go in with a little bit of eyeshadow, nothing too crazy. Right now I'm using the Naked 3 Urban Decay Mini Palette. I don't think this one is very non-dogs, TBH. But for me, I found that some of the more natural eyeshadows don't really stick around that long. And I don't use a whole lot. So that something like that, oh, you can see my camera there, hi. Something like this where I'm like, I'm only using a little bit. That's kind of where I tend to be a little more lenient with my products. And as you can see, I really only use the one right there. It's the lightest color, and there's no science to this. I just rub my finger on it and go back in there, which again is breaking my not dipping back into the makeup after you've applied it rule. But for eyes, we're just loosey-goosey around here. Don't even matter. Do a little bit on the inner corner and just kind of bring it down just a bit. It just gives a little shimmer. Nothing crazy. This is just day-to-day makeup. Nothing too snazzy. So once I'm done with eyeshadow, I'll go in, just do a little touch of eyeliner. This is from HIIII. This one, it's a toss-up. Sometimes it sticks around, sometimes it fades pretty quickly and it gets under the under eyes. But this is a more natural product I found that works well enough. And again, we're just loosey-goosey with it. I have a mirror, but I'm also trying to look into the viewfinder here. I just do like a little bit of a line, just a smudge. And again, this is not like an exact science. We're just doing a little bit on top there. This is an extra messy one today. My mirror is so far away from me right now. Yeah, good enough. All right, my little angels. So this comes the tricky step. I have tried and tried and tried to find a good natural mascara, and I just don't love a lot of them. I'll show you the three that I'm kind of switching between right now. I'm trying to get all the labels shown here. This is what I'm rocking with these days. Kind of going from least toxic to most toxic, at least from what I know. So here we have the Pacifica. They're all upside down. I'm showing them the wrong way. Here we go, going from least toxic to most toxic, at least from my understanding. So here we have the Pacifica Stellar Gaze, and all of these are in black. Then we have Clinique, what kind are you? High Impact Mascara, and then the L'Oreal Voluminous Original. Now this one I know is from Pacifica. They're a really wonderful non-toxic makeup skincare brand. Low tox, I should say. I don't think they're entirely non-toxic. It's fine. If you're not going to be sweating, if you have zero moisture in the air, sure, it works. Again, I live in Florida, so this does tend to get under my eyes, unfortunately. It does tend to come off. This one from Clinique, you know, Clinique, a little bit safer for the skin. It's a little bit better. And then you have this one from L'Oreal, which does not come off. Like, I kid you not, I was at a pool party, I had this on, someone dunked me on under the water. It did not smudge. 10 out of 10. So, you know, I change up what mascara I'm doing depending on what I'm doing during the day. For me, my kind of go-to at the moment is this middle one from Clinique, just because it seems to be a little bit safer, a little bit more natural. And I hate rubbing stuff from under my eyes all day. So this one I'll just go in and do just a little bit, just a little fluttery amount. I'm gonna look in the mirror for this one. All right, cool potatoes. So after the eyes are pretty much finished, I'll just go and brush my brows, brush those out. I was using a brow gel for a long time and recently read an article about how brow gel can make your eyebrows fall out. So don't know for sure. This is the one that I've been using from Dime. Again, supposed to be a more natural, low tox, non-tox brand. It's supposed to help your eyebrows grow. I don't know. I'll have to do more research into that. And the unfortunate part is that I really like using an eyebrow gel. I like it because it just holds everything in place. It gets my eyebrows in a position that I like. And especially if I'm shooting during the day, I don't have to worry about brushing them out again. I found that the application tip on that just gives a little too much goop. So what I'll do is I'll go back in with my eyebrow brush and just kind of disperse that a little bit better. And sometimes I'll use a tinted eyebrow gel, just kind of depends. You know, usually on a day-to-day basis, I'll just keep things pretty light, pretty natural. And then my little angels, the pièce de résistance. I've really liked using a lip liner lately, which I never used lip liners in the past, and I think I was missing out. This one is just from Honeybee Gardens. I was looking for non-tox, low-tox lip products, and this shade is called Charisma. Come on, focus in it. It's not the longest lasting lip liner, but it is more natural, a little healthier, and especially if you're putting something on your lips, you know, it's like you're eating that product. I want something a little bit more natural. And I'll just go in and do a little cupid's bow. Oh. and then I'll do that to kind of blend it out. And then my absolute favorite product that I'm going to be showing you today is this lip balm from Kosh. It's the unscented lip balm. It's just this little tube. Now mine looks disgusting because I've used it for a long time. I've used it for a long time. I throw it in my bag, I throw it in my car. She has seen the world. But let me tell you, like, the ingredients are just fabulous. It's shea butter, coconut oil, and beeswax. You can't get any cleaner than that. And it is just one of the very rare lip products that seems to actually hydrate my lips. I have gone through so many different lip balms, so many different lip products, and everything dries them out. Like, I just could not find one that actually hydrates. This one works. I love them so much. I want to go buy like 6 more. And then for lipstick, this is the product that I've been using from Mineral Fusion. Again, a little bit more of a natural, low tox makeup brand. What shade is this? This is shade Prosecco. Now I will say, I will warn you, I do like this lipstick. I love the color of it, but it doesn't last that long and the packaging is not good. This little cap, it just pops off in my bag a lot, and I have gotten lipstick on the inside of my bag. So if you get this product, be warned. But it just is a very pretty shade. And I'll just do a little bit. All right, guys, that's the final look. This is just my day-to-day, kind of the standard that I've really come to like. I found these products work really well for me. I hope you like them if you try any of them out. Again, I'll be happy to give any additional recommendations, but I'd love to know what you guys are using too. I'm always open to adding more natural, non-tox products, making some swaps. So if there's any beauty products, skincare products that you guys are loving right now, please comment down below. I love y'all so much. Thank you for your support. It means the whole world to me. So stick around. We're gonna have some fun here.